Breakups are hard, which is why we've put together some Stoic motivational quotes to help you move on from a heartbreak. Heartbreaks can make us vulnerable and questioning of ourselves. They can make us wonder if we are meant to be alone or if love is in our future. But these Stoic motivational quotes will remind us that we are stronger than we think and that we have the power to move on from this difficult time in our lives. But before we get into that, let's quickly introduce ourselves. We are a group of philosophers, and our mission is to make philosophy easy, accessible, and applicable to everyday life. And what better way to do that than through motivational videos? So join us on this journey as we explore the depths of philosophical teachings and apply them to the real-world situations. So without further ado, here are 25 Stoic motivational quotes to help you move on from a heartbreak. Number 1. It's hard to stop loving someone, but it's harder to stop hating yourself for loving them. This quote is from Coco Chanel. It's a very strong statement and one that many people who have gone through a breakup can relate to. It's hard to stop loving someone, especially if they were a significant person in your life. It's even harder to stop hating yourself for loving them. You may feel like you made a mistake by loving them so much, or that you're weak for not being able to move on. But remember that it's okay to grieve the loss of a relationship and that it takes time to heal. Don't be afraid to allow yourself the time you need to process your emotions, and don't judge yourself for feeling this way. Number 2. The wound is the place where the light enters you. This quote is from Rumi. This quote reminds us that our pain can be the source of our strength. When we go through a breakup, we may feel like we're broken and that we'll never be whole again. But in reality, it's in these moments of pain that we have the opportunity to grow and become stronger. We learn about ourselves and what we want out of life, and we become more resilient and adaptable in the face of future challenges. So instead of seeing your pain as a weakness, embrace it and use it as fuel to make yourself stronger. Number 3. Some people are like a shooting star. They come into your life and make everything bright and beautiful. Then suddenly they're gone and you're left with nothing but memories. This quote is from a user on Quotev. This quote is a beautiful metaphor for how some relationships can come into our lives and bring us joy and happiness, but then end just as quickly as they began. It reminds us that not all relationships are meant to last forever, but that doesn't mean they weren't real or meaningful while they did. It's important to cherish the memories you made with those who have come and gone from your life, and to be grateful for the time you did have with them, even if it was only for a moment. Number 4. You can still see me smiling in the distance, right? This is another quote from Ryan Holiday. He's referencing the ancient Greek philosopher Epictetus, who said, "He is free who is not influenced by anything external." This quote reminds us that even after a breakup, we still have the power to choose how we react and move forward. Even if the relationship didn't work out, we can still find happiness and fulfillment in life. It's up to us to choose to focus on the positive and not let our past relationships define us. Number 5, you never really know what you had until it's too late. This quote is from C.S. Lewis. This quote is a reminder that we often don't appreciate what we have until it's too late. In relationships, we may take our partners for granted and not realize how lucky we are to have them until they are no longer in our lives. It's a sad truth, but it's also a wake-up call. It reminds us to be grateful for what we have and to cherish our relationships while we can. Number 6, not everything that is lost is truly lost. This quote is from Brian Tracy. This quote is a reminder that even when we lose someone we love, it's not always the end of the story. Sometimes we may find new opportunities and experiences that bring us even more joy and fulfillment. It's important to keep an open mind and be willing to embrace new possibilities in life, even if they're different from what we originally planned. Number 7. Sometimes you have to stop trying. The hardest thing you will ever have to do in your life is unlove someone. This quote is from Lao Tzu. It's a reminder that sometimes we have to accept that a relationship is not meant to be and let go. Trying to hold on to something that's already gone will only cause us pain and suffering. It's important to know when to walk away and to trust that everything will work out for the best in the end. Number 8. I have seen many storms in my life, but I have never lost hope, because there is always light at the end of every storm. There is always sunshine after the rain. This quote is from Maya Angelou. This quote is a powerful reminder that no matter how dark things may seem after a breakup, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It's important to stay hopeful and know that things will eventually get better. The pain of a breakup is temporary, but the lessons and growth we experience will last a lifetime. Number 9. Fall in love with yourself first. You have to be your own best friend before you can be somebody else's. This quote is from Stephen Chbosky. This quote is a reminder that before we can love someone else, we need to love ourselves first. It's important to be our own best friends and to have a strong sense of self-worth and self-acceptance. Only then can we truly be happy and fulfilled in our relationships. Number 10. To get what you want in life, you must first become what you want. This is a quote from Anthony Robbins. This quote is a call to action. It reminds us that if we want to create a different future for ourselves, we need to start by changing ourselves. After a breakup, it's important to take the time to reflect on who we want to be and what we want to achieve. Then we need to take the necessary steps to make it happen. Don't be afraid to set new goals and take risks. You never know what opportunities may come your way. Number 11. The most important decision you will ever make is to be in a good mood. This quote is from Voltaire. While it may seem like a small thing, our attitude can make a big difference in how we move forward after a breakup. If we choose to be angry and bitter, we'll only make the healing process more difficult for ourselves. But if we choose to be positive and optimistic, we'll be able to bounce back faster and move on to new and better things. Number 12. You don't need to be loved by everyone but the people you love. You don't need to be liked by everyone but the people you like. You don't need to win everyone's approval, but those whose judgment you value. This is another quote from Marcus Aurelius. This quote is a reminder that we can't please everyone all the time, and that's okay. It's important to focus on the people whose opinions we value and who support and love us for who we are. After a breakup, it's easy to get caught up in other people's opinions and try to please them, but it's important to remember that we don't need everyone's approval to be happy and successful. Number 13. I realize that you can't always save the people you love. That's not your responsibility. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let them hurt. This quote is from Cheryl Strayed. It's a tough truth to swallow, but sometimes we can't save the people we love, no matter how much we want to. It's important to know when to let go and give them the space they need to deal with their own problems. Trying to force someone to change or stay with us when they don't want to will only cause more pain and suffering. Number 14. Some people come into your life as blessings in disguise. You just didn't recognize it at the time. This quote is from Penelope Dinos. This is a reminder that sometimes the people who leave us may actually be doing us a favor. They may not be the right person for us in the long run, and letting them go allows us to make room for someone who is a better match. It's important to have faith in the timing of life and know that everything happens for a reason. Number 15. Stop worrying about losing people. People are going to leave your life, but the right ones will stay. If you aren't ready to lose them, you aren't ready to love them. This quote is from Morgan Harper Nichols. It's a reminder that if we're not willing to risk losing someone, then we're not really loving them as deeply as we can. Love requires vulnerability and a willingness to be open to the possibility of both joy and pain. Once we've taken the risk and opened our hearts, we need to trust that things will work out for the best. Number 16, do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. This quote is from Bruce Lee. It's a reminder that we can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. Instead of praying for an easy life, we should pray for the strength and resilience to face whatever challenges come our way. This is a powerful message of resilience and courage, especially after a breakup when we may be feeling vulnerable and unsure of what the future holds. Number 17, you won't always understand why things happen, but in time, you will see why you had to go through so much. You are stronger than you think. This quote is from Anonymous. It's a reminder that even when we don't understand why we're going through a difficult situation, we should trust that there is a reason and that we are strong enough to handle it. In time, we will look back and see how our struggles have shaped us and made us stronger. Number 18, just because you went through a breakup, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of love. A breakup doesn't define you. This is another quote from Anonymous. It's a reminder that after a breakup, it's easy to blame ourselves and feel like we're not worthy of love. But this couldn't be further from the truth. A breakup doesn't define us, and it doesn't make us any less worthy of love and happiness. Number 19, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This quote is from Seneca. It's a reminder that we often imagine worse outcomes in our heads than what actually happens. After a breakup, we may worry about being alone forever or never finding someone as good as our ex. But these worries are only in our heads and not based in reality. Try to focus on the present moment and the things you can control rather than worrying about the future. Number 20, for every minute you spend in anger, you are subtracting from the hours in your life that could have been spent in joy. This quote is from Edward W. Bok. It's a reminder that anger and resentment only hurt us in the end. Holding on to negative emotions will only cause us more pain and suffering and prevent us from moving forward. Instead, we should try to forgive and move on. Number 21. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. This is a quote from Dalai Lama. Practicing compassion towards ourselves and others is essential to moving on from a breakup. It helps us to cultivate feelings of forgiveness and understanding, which are key to healing and moving forward. Number 22. When you are content to be simply yourself, you are on the path to enlightenment. This quote is from Buddha. It's a reminder that we don't need to try to be someone else in order to be loved and accepted. Being true to ourselves is the key to finding happiness and fulfillment. Number 23, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. This quote is from Carl Jung. It's a reminder that our relationships with other people can teach us a lot about ourselves. When we're irritated by someone, it often means that there is some aspect of them that we don't like about ourselves. By understanding this, we can learn to accept and love ourselves more fully. Number 24. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. This quote is from Bernard M. Baruch. It's a reminder that we shouldn't be afraid to be ourselves and express our true feelings. Trying to be someone we're not will only lead to unhappiness and dissatisfaction. Be true to who you are and don't worry about what other people think. Number 25. When you stop expecting people to treat you like a priority, you will see how fast they will prioritize you. This quote is from Paulo Coelho. Sometimes we expect other people to put our needs above their own, but this is not realistic or fair. When we learn to prioritize ourselves and our own needs, we will see how much people value and respect us. Well, that's it for today's video. We hope you found these Stoic motivational quotes to be helpful and inspiring. Please subscribe to show your support. And if you found value in our videos, please share it with your friends and family. We would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.